Lisa, I hear you've been working on a customer white paper which looks at some of the trends that have gone by in the last year and what's going to be important in the year coming ahead.
We've had a bit of a look through 2014. We've come up with 4 hot topics. So firstly, multi-channel, and that moved to omni-channel.
Yeah.
Secondly, customer journey management, and really driving for that overarching customer experience.
Yeah.
Thirdly, active listening, really using the data that your customers are giving you and the feedback that they're giving
Yes,
you. And finally, one that I don't think will be going anywhere for a while, customer trust,
Yes, of
and
course.
building loyalty.
Yeah. The reason I was smiling when you said multi-channel, omni-channel, because I think those terms, multi-channel, cross-channel, omni-channel,
Yeah.
often confuse clients.
They
I
are,
mean, at Baringa, we obviously work with a variety of clients across financial services and energy, but I think your white paper sort of addresses that difference between those terms.
It does.
But the one thing that I'd point out in that space in multi-channel, which I think would be very important, most clients seem to think of multi-channel from the point of view of the customer,
Yeah.
as they should, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think there's very little thought that's put into how the organization needs to change, to evolve, to service
Yeah.
these customers
Yeah.
in this multi-stroke omni-channel environment. What is that one body that sits across the different channels, has the authority to make decisions, to switch between the channels and so on. So I think that'll be quite key.
I really think you're right. Evolving operating models and organisations really being able to create flexible service centres to manage
Yes.
customer needs is a really
Yeah.
Important point. And I think related to that, a tool that's been really useful for a lot of organisations that Baringa's worked with this year is customer journey mapping. Really looking at end to end, what are our customers looking for, how do they want to interact with an organisation, and how can we adapt to that.
I see. So almost being channel agnostic, but looking at a journey end to end.
Exactly.
It's quite interesting because at different points in that journey, the customer will probably interact with different channels, will be surveyed, will be part of
Yeah.
NPS surveys or whatever it is. I think it's really important for organizations to get hold of all of this data that falls on the floor. The structured data around
Yeah.
surveys, the unstructured data around web chats, phone conversations, so on. Bring it all together and glean actionable insights that they can then use to change, how their agents interact or, any process changes, but continuous improvement, right?
Yeah, no, I agree, and that's our third hot topic around active listening and really,
Yeah.
using that customer feedback wisely and getting some great improvements out of that.
So what about trust? I mean, I know it's an election year, it's
It
quite
is.
exciting. It's been around for a while, obviously, with all the regulation in financial services and
Yeah.
energy, and it's going to be, I guess, even more center stage with the election coming up, right?
Yeah, I mean, trust in any year is hard earned and easily lost. We saw a lot of regulatory enforcement activity across the energy and the financial services industries last year. I'm sure that will continue into this year. But we are seeing some really positive movements with organisations proactively trying to drive a compliance agenda that is really customer focused. And I think we've seen some really great improvements.
I think you're right. I think that is exactly what will differentiate the winners in this, having that kind of customer lens to be able to evaluate their trust agenda, basically.
Yeah.
Exciting year, Lisa.
It
Let's hope we
is.
get to work in all 4
Yeah,
topics.
looking forward to it.